Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I am going to do your August 9th Spiritual Principle of Day in a meditation. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our H.O.O.D Recovery Services. I'm looking forward to doing this meditation with you. If you need to reach out to me, please do so at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's see. All right, practicing tolerance and self-acceptance. As we learn to gently accept ourselves, we can start to view others with the same accepting and tolerant heart. Just for today, expectations, July 29th. Working in NA program uncovers a considerable need for self-acceptance, and slowly we proceed on that journey. Our work also reveals that the people who get under our skin the most are among our greatest teachers. Just like us, they deserve our acceptance and empathy. There's a reciprocal relationship between self-acceptance and tolerating others who bug us. We learn this from the harsh truth that we often share some very similar traits with those very same people. As we extend grace and dignity to other flawed people in our lives, we often find it easier to treat our less than perfect selves with the same compassion. But then, how is tolerance a spiritual principle? Shouldn't we just be unconditionally loving and accepting of everyone? Earlier in my recovery, a member remarked, I rejected tolerance as a spiritual principle because when I practiced it toward the person who was driving me nuts, there was nothing spiritual going on in my head. I wanted to go right to acceptance or scratch their eyes out. But now I see it as an act of love. Tolerance in my mind, another member responded, is like a gateway spiritual principle. It's a layover on a multi-stop flight on the way to your final destination, acceptance. Or it's an appetizer principle, a third member joked. You have it first to tide you over before the empathy entree, and maybe unconditional love is dessert. No matter how we slice it, tolerance helps us combat unrealistic expectations we place on others' behavior and our own spiritual condition. Whether we practice it with an open heart or through gritted teeth, it helps prevent us from acting out in fear or anger or expressing our impatience with others who may not be as far along in their journey as we believe we are. Today, when I practice tolerance, I'll know that it relates directly to my level of self-acceptance. I'll try to let people be where they are and focus on what I can change about myself to invite serenity in. Now, that meditation is a beautiful meditation, and I believe that it's an apt meditation. I believe that this ideal of practicing tolerance with other people is directly related to my own personal self-acceptance. I do find that what I'm feeling a lot of times within myself, I am judging myself and then I reflect it out to other people. It's almost like it's an overflow of nastiness, right? An overflow of pessimism, an overflow of intolerance. What's within me tends to come out. It's a very simple principle, right? What's within me comes out. Even when I'm trying to suppress it, if it's not genuine, eventually I slip. But when I'm prayed up, meditated up, and practicing spiritual principles in all my affairs, listen to that. Prayed up, meditated up, and practicing spiritual principles in all my affairs. I no longer see the opposition as the opposition. I no longer see the enemy as a entity to be gotten rid of, right? I no longer see it like that. I see it as an opportunity for me to practice spirituality. I see it as an opportunity for me to put into play spiritual principles, right? Put into play tolerance, not only self-acceptance for myself, but acceptance of me. Me, because I see I have no control over other people at all, not even close, not even a little bit. 2 little boys that I'm raising, yes. But other than that, I have absolutely no control over other people. even people that report to me, right? I might have some authority that has been endowed to me, but I still, when I need something, ask because I realize that they have a choice. Now, hopefully, they don't choose wrong because sometimes there's insubordination and there's a consequence, right? But generally speaking, I find that when you empower people and you ask them for their help, they're willing to help. And I find that that attitude of what's within me, and what I want, and how I want to be treated, if I give that to other people as well, everything goes along just fine, right? And they end up doing what is needed to be done or what I want them to do or need them to do because they want to. It takes away all that melodrama of trying to fix, manage, and control. And when you start applying this, practicing tolerance and self acceptance to every relationship, not just the relationship within yourself, but how you relate outwardly to other people. First of all, expect people to ask you what's going on. Is everything okay? Because this is different. And then just tell them, I'm involved with a spiritual program, not a religion. I'm involved with a spiritual program. And this spiritual program is teaching me to allow people to be where they're at. And they might look at you with their mouth dropped open, like, what? I was expecting all of this angry reaction, and they didn't get it. And when you start pulling your spirit in and stop allowing people to pimp you through their actions, realizing that you have no control over them and they have no control over you, your life is going to be so much better. I promise you. Invite serenity in by practicing tolerance and self-acceptance with self and others. My name is Mighty Stream, and I am going to be talking to you tomorrow. Thank you for listening. I hope to hear from you in the email, recoveryofhope21@gmail.com.